Carrie Underwood will take the stage at Trump's inauguration singing America the Beautiful. She said to the Post, "I love our country and I'm honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration and to be a small part of this historic event. I am humbled to answer the call at a time when we must all come together in the spirit of unity and looking to the future." Well, that wasn't good enough for the tolerant left, of course, who is outraged over Carrie being outed as MAGA. X is blowing up with jokes about how she should sing her hit song Before He Cheats. Some are calling for her to be boycotted and canceled. John Rich weighed in, saying there are several top-tier country artists who support Trump, and I wish they'd finally have the balls to come forward and be counted. Ain't nothing outlaw about keeping your mouth shut to appease the record label. Carrie Underwood is making you look like a bunch of sissy boys. Carrie is talented, she is graceful, she is a class act, she has great legs, not that it matters, but she is everything that the tolerant left is not.
All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and I had to bring y'all this one right here because here go the view again. That's the reason why I say, how many lawsuits are they going to keep walking into? So now they find out that Carrie Underwood supposed to perform at President Trump's inauguration, and you already knew the view was going to come out swinging, talking crap, trying to go off on Carrie Underwood because she's performing, because she said she want to bring this country together and forget all this hate, according to what the View always does. Because like I said, they only support people that go after Donald Trump. They own records saying they wish death on this man, that they want something to bad happen to him. You got Sunday hosting yesterday talking about she still want him to be in jail. She want Jack Smith to still go after him. They saying all of this crazy stuff. And now they done met their match because Carrie Underwood is not playing around with them at all. So we're going to check out these clips right here from The Officer Tatum. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And like I said, let me know in the comment section who all stayed to the end, because y'all definitely need to see this. Because like I said, Carrie Underwood is not playing with them at all. She's still going to perform at the inauguration, and she ain't finna let the View or anybody else stop her from doing it. So let's go here, y'all.
Country superstar Carrie Underwood has spent most of her career avoiding political talk, but she's set to perform at the upcoming inauguration. She said in a statement that she's doing it because the country must come together in the spirit of unity and look to the future.
Yeah.
And lots of her fans aren't thrilled about it, but lots of her fans are. So let's put this in perspective here. What do y'all think?
I personally hope we're moving beyond the era of politics where we want to cancel people's livelihoods because we don't like their politics. And whether it was the Dixie Chicks for criticizing George Bush, didn't agree with it then, and Carrie Underwood, if you have a problem, you register your complaint by not downloading her songs and not going to her shows. But I also think from a business standpoint, it's not a bad decision for Carrie Underwood. 75 million people voted for Trump. Artists tend to skew left-leaning, so she's overnight going to become an icon of MAGA in the American right. She's probably going to make a lot of money off of it, so I get why she did it.
I see.
I mean, right? And it's country music. I think
I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't do it, even though I can't
sing. You would not sing?
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And
Nobody
she says,
cares.
I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon, who really wants...
Oh, here goes George Behar with this convicted felon crap. If you want to keep talking about convicted felon, what about Hunter Biden? What about Hunter Biden? Why you didn't call him a convicted felon? Did the last time I checked, Donald Trump didn't have to do no time. So see, this is what they wanted the whole entire time. They wanted to be able to call Donald Trump a convicted felon. That's what they wanted. They was calling him that before the judge even sending him to it and said he's a convicted felon now. That was already calling him that. That's what they want. That's why I said the American people woke up. They weren't falling for this crap that y'all saying. George Behar get on my nerves, man. Listen to this crap.
How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion?
Oh, God.
Stop the clock. Hold on, time out. Y'all come in, let's meet. Come on in. Convicted felon? Oh, he's a convicted felon, huh? How much time did he do in jail?
That's what I said.
What fine did he pay? How much community service did they give him? He was convicted felon, and then what happened? Oh, nothing. Oh, so he's a convicted felon, never did an ounce of time in jail. Didn't even have to do community service, nothing. He's a convicted felon. These people annoy me to no end. Convicted felon. You using that convicted felon thing. I hope that Donald Trump, when they dismiss this case and overturn the convictions, I want them to eat crow like never before. Sprinkle a little pixie dust on that crow while you eat it.
Exactly.
I cannot stand these people. You still saying he's a threat to democracy? You still saying that it's so shameful when the majority of the people in America voted for him? You can't say it's just the Electoral College victory. You can't say it's just conservatives. The majority of the country, he won a popular vote and won every swing state in his third attempt as a 78-year-old man that had convicted felon, and they overwhelmingly voted for him. And Carrie Underwood is a problem. But you ain't the problem.
I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
A lot of my family voted for Trump. They love the country and vote for him. I think that people make these decisions for a lot of reasons.
Okay, fine. And I would not be the person to say don't do it, because I believe in free speech and everything about it.
You don't.
I personally would not do it. No one's asked me, but that's another story.
I would love for you to do
Nobody
a roast of the
don't
Trump
care.
inauguration.
Okay.
Oh, no one else had any
So there we are.
No, we've had people like Reba McEntire come on
Yes.
and say that, she doesn't want to talk about politics. She just wants to sing, she wants to perform, she wants to make people feel good. And I respect that. And then we've had people like Dolly Parton, and I think you asked her,
Are you a feminist?
Are you a feminist? And she said,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But then you pushed her, and she said, yeah, I guess I am.
Well, I said to her, do you believe that women should make the same amount of money as men? Well, I guess I am a feminist.
Yeah, and she said, I guess I am a feminist. So I think people feel pretty strongly about it. I think art is art, and you have a right to perform where you want to perform. I agree with you, Joy. I can't sing a lick, but I certainly, and I have not been asked, but if I were asked, it would be a hard no.
Nothing.
Well, they
Who
wouldn't ask me,
cares?
so I have no. Right.
Sonny Holston, don't nobody care. Ain't nobody gonna ask you nothing, no way. You need to be worried about your husband getting caught for insurance fraud. He just got indicted, Sonny Holston. You need to be worried about your husband. You ain't got to be worried about Donald Trump or anybody asking you to come to an inauguration or anything. Ain't nobody asking you anything. You need to be worried about your husband who just got indicted on insurance fraud. That's probably the reason why y'all got that mansion with that 10-bedroom house. And you probably got something to do with it. So you need to be worried about what your husband got going on and that $450 million that he might have to pay. You need to be worried about that. Nobody care what y'all talking about?
They're not asking any of us.
No, you do what you do. Listen, it's like, people do what they do for whatever reasons. It's like Joe and Mika.
Yeah.
They did what they did. They felt that's what they needed to do, and I got to stand behind them.
Yeah.
And I stand behind her no, not or not, because if I believe I have the right to make up my mind to go perform someplace, I believe they have the same right.
Of course.
And so
That's
I have
true.
to, I have to support. Doesn't mean I'm particularly interested in what I won't be watching, but that's me.
Yeah, I've scheduled a spa day.
I'm not even going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm not talking. No, because it was always in the books.
Hold on, Nick. She means she's scheduling a court date. Last time I checked, her husband about to be a convicted felon.
Yes.
Doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance.
Look at her. She snitched on her own husband, but she got the audacity to be sitting here talking about Donald Trump. Talking about your husband be performing on people that don't have insurance. You literally snitched on him, and then 2 weeks later, he got indicted. Boy, I'm telling you, keep running that mouth, Sonny Holston. Keep running that mouth.
And they're talking about threatening him with insurance fraud. I would say you could get about 20 years in prison. So that's a
Woo! So you said you can get about 20 years? So look at that. You just talk your husband into about 20 years. So since you're talking about, why did the American people vote for a convicted felon in the White House? I want to ask you this, Sonny Holston. How is it going to feel to be living with a convicted felon? To have a convicted felon as a husband? I wonder how that's going to feel.
death sentence for him.
Sonny Holston, you better watch what you say about somebody else. Because your husband going to be down there with Big Tony on the back of him without his consent. So you better watch what you say about Donald Trump. He ain't got no time in jail. Your husband, these people, the audacity. Her husband is being accused of something that's far more egregious than what they claim Donald Trump did. Donald Trump never took an action. The people running his money moved money to pay a woman who agreed to not talk about it and signed the NDA and took $300,000 or whatever, $100,000, whatever she took. That's what Trump did. And it's a misdemeanor to do that. But they added in, to make it a felony, they tried to add in an underlying charge, an underlying crime he's trying to conceal. And they don't have the crime. They don't know what crime. What's the crime? They don't know. Nobody can tell you what's the underlying crime. And that's what Trump is a convicted felon over. Her husband doing insurance fraud, allegedly. He's in a RICO case, named in a RICO case, potentially being a part of insurance fraud, which could be in the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars. Trump gave a $100,000 to $300,000 payment to a prostitute so she can shut up and not disparage him. That's it. That's all that happened. And I don't even know if he slept with the woman or not. I don't know. I mean, you got to think he was kind of older. She's still throwing it around like that. 80, 70-year-old man, 60-some-year-old man. You really doing like this shit? I don't know why women be acting like that's a flex. You get. I'm gonna say this and I'm moving on. I think this is it. It's not a flex for you to sleep with a married man and you do porn. It's not a flex for him to pay you to shut up and you somehow are liberated and you like she went on The View and they celebrated her. Ma'am, you
that was crazy.
For a living. I don't know if you still making a living doing it or not, but you used to. You on camera with getting banged by dudes on camera. Is that really a flex? Can you really bring that woman on the show and say, you know what? Tell us your story. You're so brave. Ma'am, you are everything a woman shouldn't be. And then you slept with a married man and it took money to shut up about it. You knew his wife, you knew he had a wife, but you slept with him anyway. And you took money to be quiet. You even worse. Or the lady that somehow came out against Pete Hegseth. Man, look, let me tell you this. It will never happen to me because I love my wife with my whole life. If my wife and my kids were in a hotel room and I go and get a drunk girl and escort her to her room to make sure she's safe and she takes advantage of me, no one would ever hear about it. Because how do I justify that my wife is in the room in there? And I'm somehow, nobody would believe a man if a man was in that situation. And I'm the handler of a good-looking woman. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going down to escort her to her room. I'm in her room now. We do something. I tell my wife, I don't know how many, 2-3 weeks later, I tell my wife, hey, I got something to tell you. I slept with that girl at the thing. It's not gonna look good on me either. Because ain't nobody she forced you really? Oh, okay. Why were you in there in the first place? But you can ask that of a...
Like I said, everybody already knew, like, that stuff was just made up. It was some charges. The whole case is just crazy. Like they say, it shouldn't never even been brought. That's the main thing. It should have never been brought. That's the reason why I say I'm just so sick of this crap. We are sick of The View. They go after everybody that supports Donald Trump. Now they want to attack Carrie Underwood. Now you got Joy Behar running her mouth. How can she do that? How can she disrespect the people? Don't you know how many people, 77 million people that voted for Donald Trump? And it's so funny that they are the same people who used to love Donald Trump. Donald Trump came on the show, they were hugging on him and all type of stuff. Whoopi Goldberg, she used to work for him. They didn't have no problem with him then. Now all of a sudden, they just hate him. All of a sudden. I can't see how somebody like a convicted felon, but yeah, you never want to bring up Joe Biden's son. What about Hunter Biden that was a convicted felon? Just like Officer Tatum said, Donald Trump didn't do any time, didn't get no fine, didn't get anything. That's what y'all wanted the whole time, just to be able to call him a convicted felon, which will get overturned. So what y'all gonna do then? Because like he said, y'all gonna be eating crow then when they get overturned. Because you got to realize y'all was calling him a convicted felon, and when he wasn't even a convicted felon, y'all was still calling him that. So this crap just has to stop, man. I'm just so over it. I'm just so sick of this stuff. So like I said, y'all let me know down below what y'all think about this. Make sure y'all go follow the Officer Tatum on YouTube. Let him know in the comment section that DAREALADOGG sent you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.